Let's have a closer look at this tenor saxophone. So before we look at the saxophone, let's see if I can remember the actual name. So it's a Jupiter Artist XO JTS 2089. So yeah, that's what it's called. It's quite a long name, isn't it? But let's have a look at it. I'm going to take you around this tenor. There it says on the bell. You've also got some nice engraving which goes down the bell here and round the bow. I'll show you now. It starts around here and goes all the way down to the bow area there. It's quite nice, quite fancy. It's like a flowery thing. So starting with the right hand stack here, the pearl touches are quite nice. They do feel comfortable. And you've got this sort of offset block high F sharp key. It works well. It's actually pretty good. Now going to the C and the E flat, you'll notice that the C key has a slight bulbous extension. I don't know if that's the right word, bulbous extension, but I'm going to use it anyway. That's probably if you've got like little fingers, they can kind of reach that area a bit easier if you're going from here and slipping over there to C. Now going to this left hand stack now, the pearl keys are same as the right. They're nice, but the little bis key has this little bulbous, I'll use that word again, raised pearl key, and it works well. It's good. Now this reminds me of Yamaha saxophones where they have their name written on the neck tightener. Also this emblem on the neck itself reminds me of a Mark 6 because it's the same sort of shape. The front auxiliary F key also reminds me of a Yamaha front auxiliary F key. It's pretty much the same. The neck of this tenor is a bit more fancy than your standard Jupiter because a regular one has like a flat surface on there on the octave key with a little round Jupiter sign, whereas this has this little button on there. Is it a pearl touch button? Yeah, it does. It feels like a pearl touch. So it's kind of like a hybrid between a Yamaha and a Selmer neck in my view. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. It has a metal thumb rest, which is very sturdy. That's a good sign. Also, this is a great sign where you can take these off. It's much easier for adjusting the saxophone. Now, this body to bell brace kind of reminds me of the Yamaha Custom. It does look a bit like that, but I can see what they're doing. It's more in line with their symbol, their emblem for Jupiter. Now, we can't talk about this saxophone without mentioning my little friend, the octave key. Look at it, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Look at it there, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Doing its octavey things. Now, the pinky cluster looks very nice as well. It feels comfortable, and it does a great job. And another thing that's very much Yamaha inspired, I would say, are these adjustment screws that you've got on the back of the right-hand stack. You've also got them on the left-hand stack as well. Check these out. So all in all, yep, it looks pretty solid, looks pretty good, but I have to say it looks pretty Yamaha-ish, or very much Yamaha-inspired. Now I did mention the name Yamaha a couple of times when I was looking around the instrument, and that's because it really does share a lot of the same traits and a lot of the similar design features. So let's have a listen to what it sounds like when I run my fingers up and down. Yep, nice ringing sound. So it does feel pretty decent. I would say it feels more in line with something like a Yamaha 475 or a Yamaha 480. It's in that sort of category, I would say. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention the engraving also is on the neck of the saxophone here. Yeah, it's quite a nice little touch. It's okay, it does its job, it's just fancy frilly stuff. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know by now that I'm not really that bothered by how a saxophone looks. I'm kind of more interested, I should say a lot more interested in how it sounds. So with that said, I'm going to get stuck into this and I'll catch you lot after I've made a noise on this thing. So what do I think about this tenor saxophone? Well, I'm just going to say it right out. It's quite okay. It's actually quite decent. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than I expected. So after feeling it, I could feel the quality was quite okay. It's made in Taiwan, and the production in Taiwan is pretty good nowadays. In fact, there's a lot of very good horns coming out of that area, and this seems to be one of them. Now, I wouldn't consider this to be, say, a competitor for something like a Yamaha Custom Z, but I would say it's more in line of like the Yamaha 480. It's right in the middle, it's in that range, and it does a decent job, and it seems to be a good, solid, all-round tenor saxophone. So when it comes to the sound and the tone of this tenor saxophone, it seems to be leaning a lot towards the darker side of the spectrum. So who would be getting this sort of tenor? Well, I would put it in the hands of somebody who's been playing a while, they've got a darker sound concept in their head, and they want something that feels substantial, feels solid, is well built, and it's a good step up. So with that said, if you can get a horn like this for around about $1,000 to $1,500, I don't think that's such a bad deal. Although there is a lot of competition in that price range, and horns of similar quality with maybe even, let's just say, more recognized names. I don't know. You just got to shop around. But I think this is a good step up professional entry level horn. So there you have it. That was just my basic thoughts on this tenor saxophone. Yeah, it seems to be quite a decent tenor. Anyway, I want you lot to do your thing now. If you can do me a huge favour, get your finger, click on the like button, and if you want to subscribe, that's wonderful. I do respect that. And if you want to leave any comments in the section below, do that, because I usually reply to every comment out there, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Or should I say, you'll catch me in the next video? Yeah, whatever.